Okay, good afternoon, good evening, everywhere you are. Good evening, everyone. Trust your day has been well, and it's a blessed day again. We're having this webinar today, a special one at that. And you know what? This is that webinar you don't want to miss. And as soon as you join us here, I like you to share the link with your friends and family. Let people join, share with others, share with friends and families, allow people to be able to participate in today's session as we'll be talking about a very interesting topic at that. Building your family values and dream board. Building your family values and dream board. You want to ask yourself a question to say, what exactly is a family value? What exactly is a dream board for a family? And this exactly is what we'll be talking about today. Are you interested to hear about this topic as we deep dive into the topic today? All right. There are many things to learn, and I hope you also have a heart to also learn, relearn, and unlearn, even as we gather here this evening as you have joined me online. Right. Your family value is nothing different from what you know, only that most of us do not know that that is what is called. Family values are those things that appear those things that appear so important to you, so germane to you that you cannot do without. There are things, principles you live by on daily basis. And then you're talking about building them. As a person, even without having a family, you live by some norms, some practices, some values in life. This exactly are what we represent or we're talking about. And when a family starts, a family is not even expected to just start for starting sake. A family should start based on some norms, some values, some principles that they stand for or represent. And we need to build these family values. You don't build it, it doesn't exist. You don't model it, we don't know it. You don't write it, it does not exist. And this is why we're talking about building it. Who builds it? When do you build it? How do you build it? This is what we want to talk about today. Now, building family values is a deliberate and ongoing process that requires effort. It requires commitment on your part, and it requires communication from all family members. Sometimes, and most of the time, which is the best time, it's good that you have built your family values even before you give birth to your children. As soon as you and the person you want to get married to yourselves meet yourself, agree you want to marry, it's good you begin to coin out what your family values will be, and you start living by those values. That when you then begin to have your children just live to see those values because you model them to them. Then, but if you have not even done this before now, and yet you are now a parent, it is not then too late. What should you do? Then start building your family value right away now because you are already late. So what we are talking about here, I'll be talking about some steps that will help you to be able to do what? To build your family values. Number one, identify your core values. I mean, there are values that we live by. Some are core to us, some are not. Some are core because we cannot actually do without them. It's as though we were born with them. But some, we love them, but we could just find a way around them, whether we like it, where we do it, we still not do it and all. But some, have you met some people who are very principled and they do their things prim and proper? There's nothing will make them not to do as they have planned it because their prim and proper is like core, very central to them. That's what we'll talk about when we say core, meaning that it is central to them. And when you want to identify the core values that are central to you, one, you want to reflect on matters that are so germane to you. You want to reflect on what matters really to you and to your family. What would your family be known for? What are those principles that your family will be known for? How they live their lives, how they do things in the family, what you claim for to do, and every other thing that it seems that your family cannot do without. Your family may be known for service, may be known for humanitarian service, may be known for love, may be known for fun. What exactly is your family known for? Number two, you want to also consider your cultural, spiritual, and personal beliefs as individuals in the family. Understanding what you represent when it relates to culture, spiritual values, and personal values. These are things that will form what your core values are. When you look inside of you, internally, to draw what your core values are. Number three, you want to also brainstorm a list of potential values, such as maybe yours is respect, yours is accountability, or yours is honesty, yours is kindness, yours is responsibility, yours is gratitude, yours is trust or love. Whatever it is, identify them and write them. As you write them, your partner writes, you have top five lists, the other person have top five lists. You compare the two and see the ones that can stand for the family on the list. At the end of the day, you arrive at 3 or 4 top values. Take a deep breath as we talk about step two. You want to define and clarify your values. Now you have listed them, but you want to define them and clarify them. And as you do this, you want to take each value and define what it means to your family. Take each value, decide what each of these values means to your family. For instance, you have said yours is responsibility. What does being responsible means to your family? You have said yours is gratitude. What does it mean to your family? Number two, you want to take time to discuss how each of these values will be demonstrated in your daily life. Okay, when we do this is how we will respond to this kind of issues and that, or that and that. For us in our family, our own family values is summed up in what we call SALT. SALT, SALT. SALT, S for service, A for accountability, L for love, and T for trust. And then if you walk through us, with us over time, you will see that truly this is what we represent. We serve people, we are accountable people, we love people. That's why we serve. We are trustworthy people. You can be sure that you can relate with us on this ground. You are not going to be maybe disappointed, but on the level of trust, I've been able to build these values over the time. By what we do, what we say. Many times the children misbehave and we make them see how it is that that is not who we represent in the family. When they go and maybe steal something behind us, we put the core values in their face and say, no, this is not who we are. We are trustworthy people. How is it that you want us not to trust you? Because we say we are the salt of the earth, and salt is what we represent. So T there is trust. So you must be trustable. Number three, you want to communicate and share your values with your child. What you don't communicate, even though you have written it, may not really work. Communicating it, first of all, is to be seen by how you act it out, how you model it out to your child. We'll still talk about modeling. But first of all, you must communicate verbally to your child by gathering all your family members and share your defined values for the family. This is one of the things you should do in your family meetings every month until it sink deep down with every member of the family. You must sing it a song, you must act it, you must model it, you must say it, you must live it. Literally let it sink deep down with every member of the family. You must explain why each of the value is important to every family member and how it will benefit the family. You also need to encourage open discussion and feedback. Number four, you want to model and demonstrate your values. What you don't model, the children might not be able to sink, it might not be able to sink into the children's memory, but you must model it to your child. As parents, modeling the behavior and values you want your child to adopt is the key to go. And you must demonstrate your family values in daily life, such as showing respect, if respect is what matters to you, by listening actively to your child when they're talking, because you say you must respect somebody. And so respecting them is not based on age category, but based on the fact that that's who you are and that's what you represent as a family. You must practice honesty. If honesty is what is germane to your family, you must also demonstrate kindness if kindness is what your family stands for. You must just be able to identify what you stand for as a family, live by it, communicate it, model it. Number five, teach and reinforce these values on daily basis. You don't teach it, it doesn't sink into the children. Reinforcement is one of the tools you must use as a family to be able to bring home the values you want your children to imbibe. Teach them about the values, teach them about the importance, use real life examples and stories to illustrate these values on daily basis as you model it and during your family meetings as you have meetings. Reinforce these values through positive reinforcement, like praising them. Yes, that's what we say. We are trustworthy people. Yes, that's who we are. By rewarding them. Oh, you have really represented this family very well by doing this honorable thing. So this is your reward for this week. The child will want to do more. You can also use natural consequence to say, when you do this normally, this what will be the consequence. If it is, for instance, you do not wear your sweater on a rainy day, then you're going to experience cold. That's a natural consequence. Or you use logical related issues. You use logical consequence, or you use related consequence for misbehavior, right? For appropriate misbehavior. Then you must embrace open communication by paying keen attention, active listening, and giving appropriate feedback to your child. The last on the list you want to do, informing your family value, is to review and revise your family values. Before we arrived as a family on saying that our family value is SALT, we had some before now, walked through it, and then we lived by it. Over the years, we sat down as a family and then we revised it. But to start with, you must have one that you're living by. And as you progress living out those things, you see that, oh, it's becoming more like this. Oh, can I remove this? Can I add this? But don't just you doing it, but every member of the family sitting down together to say, can we review this? Can we remove that and add this? and we arrived at what we call salt presently. Good enough, as believers, we know that we are the salt of the earth, and as salt of the earth, we know that we won't lose our value. We will not lose our value. We will not lose our essence, so that everywhere we go, we are an impact in the world, in our workspaces, even in the school, everywhere, because we are the salt of the earth. Some other things you should know in building your family values is that you must make it a family effort, not just a single effort. Everyone must be involved. This is who we are. This is who we represent. You must also be consistent about it. Being consistent about it makes it sink down in your system. You also must be patient in bringing out your family values. I've just told you about how we took years for us to arrive at salt. We had, like, I think about 2 times had some we had before then, and then this is like barely the 3rd time that we have now made it more professional than it was before. Then you must celebrate your success as much as you see progress in the life of your child and in the life of every member of the family, trying to build up family values. Now let's talk about your dream board. When you have made your family value, the list of your family value, what then should you do? Write it out. Let it be pasted somewhere in the house, somewhere conspicuous. Let it sink. As somebody comes, a visitor comes, they see that this is who we are, this is what we represent, and all of that. Now, in building your family dream board, your family value is like saying this is who we are, but how do you get there? What are the things that will help you to achieve those things? So gather your family members again, just like the other time, and ask some questions like, what do we want to achieve together as a family? What kind of impact do we want to make in our community? Write down your dreams and aspirations. And you want to travel, you want to go to Dubai, you want to start a family business, you want to volunteer in the community, you want to learn new skill, you want to create visual representations of our family dreams, such as vision board, a collage, or even a digital graphic, or whatever it is you want to do as a family. Let it be known. So those things you want to do as a family, then you write them out on a board. You display them on your board and you call them dream board. As a family, this is who we are and this is what we want to do. When you have this at the back of your mind and you understand this and live by it, it's deep down into the brain of every member of the family, including the least of the family member. So, but you must learn the culture of displaying your family boards. Your dream board and your family values. And you must have a board in your house if you're an intentional parent, right? And that's every time you go there. We have a vision board for my children, who they say they want to be when they grow up in the future. Each of them has it. So when they go on the board, they see, this is Dara, this is Flourish, this is she wants this and all of that. It's there. And everyone knows that this is what it is. And we're working towards it on a daily basis. So display it, and when you do it, you made it a collaborative effort. You also use some images and pictures to represent the picture you have in your head, where you want to get to, and all of that. It's sick deep down. They register it in their heart, and it becomes what they can say is part and part of them. So I will be ending today's session. If you have questions, drop it in here, and I will attend shortly after now. Any question? You may choose to drop it here, or you choose to drop it in the chat box. I know I've been a bit very fast. Yeah. Okay. Any question? You drop your question in here, or you drop in the chat box, and I'll see you yet another time in the next webinar. Thank you for joining us tonight.